Vietnam's rapid island building campaign in the South China Sea is now drawing global attention for its scale and other aspects. The recent development is also speaking volumes about the region's growing military competition and what's happening there. A new report by the Asia Maritime Transparency Initiative at the Center for Strategic and International Studies says Vietnam has added more than 534 acres of new land in the disputed Spratly Islands over the past year alone. In fact, the report says Vietnam's total reclaimed land in the archipelago has now reached about 2,771 acres. This is a major expansion of its presence in one of the world's most strategic waterways. The biggest development has also taken place at the Bark Canada Reef, which has now become Vietnam's largest base there. After finishing large-scale landfill operations early this year, Hanoi has moved to smaller expansion projects across several other features in the second half of 2025. The report also warning of serious environmental damage. It says Vietnam's dredging and reclamation work has destroyed more than 4,120 acres of reefs. This includes coral areas covered by landfill and channels dug for new harbors. But China at the same time remains far ahead in the island building race. Beijing's total artificial land area in the South China Sea has now reached about 5,460 acres, with over 6,224 acres of reef damage. New Chinese reclamation work at the Antelope Reef has further widened the gap with Vietnam. The South China Sea, meanwhile, continues to be one of the world's most contested regions, with China claiming almost the entire waterway, despite overlapping claims from several countries like Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and others. But as territorial tensions rise, Vietnam is also looking to strengthen its military deterrence. And that's where India's BrahMos missile enters the fray. Vietnam has now emerged as the latest country in advanced talks to buy India's BrahMos supersonic cruise missile system. Reports say New Delhi and Hanoi are discussing a deal worth around $700 million, with talks moving forward during the Vietnamese president's India visit. If the deal is finalized, Vietnam would become the third country to acquire BrahMos after the Philippines and Indonesia. The Philippines, remember, signed a $375 million deal. This was in the year 2022. Indonesia agreed this year to finalize a contract worth more than $340 million. In fact, BrahMos has attracted attention also because of its combination of speed, precision, flexibility. The missile can be launched from land, sea, and air platforms. And its fire and forget guidance system allows it to strike targets without further operator input after launch. Its performance also stands out against Western systems, for example. While America's Tomahawk cruise missile travels at subsonic speeds of around Mach 0.8, BrahMos can fly at more than Mach 3, making it one of the fastest cruise missiles in the world. The growing global interest in BrahMos also reflecting a major shift in the international defense market as more countries look for powerful non-Western weapon systems. Its range currently standing at about 450 kilometers. India is also developing a hypersonic version for future deployment. The missile also gained attention after its combat use during Operation Sindoor in May 2025, which was the Indian military's response following the Pahalgam terror attack. India's defense exports, meanwhile, also rising rapidly. Reports suggest that in the 2025 to 26 financial year, BrahMos Aerospace reportedly recorded $620 million in revenue, including export contracts worth $480 million. Overall, India's defense exports touched a record $4.6 billion, which is a massive 62.6% jump year on year. And the list of countries showing interest in BrahMos continues to grow. It includes nations across Southeast Asia, West Asia, Africa, Latin America, as countries seek stronger defense capabilities and greater strategic independence. India's BrahMos missile is fast emerging as a global game changer.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.